Yeah.
So hey, look, we have. Oh my God, that's amazing.
That was
we
it.
have half of extra credits here.
And Kate.
Half of extra credits in Kate. And this is awesome, Ian. Thank you. Can we auction off Dan?
No.
I did auction off.
Can we auction off Dan? No.
Please.
Oh, you look so sad.
As a sweetener for the our yearly thing that Leela gave away, I did give away 2 minutes of anything said in the Dan voice they want.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did Dan give his $6
secret
gift?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What is the song from?
Alexander Ditto, thank you for keeping us on top of this. We've been really bad about it.
Oh, that Mario.
Yep.
That's why.
Oh, hey Kathleen. She's gone.
She ran away.
Dan.
Yeah.
Floyd. What is your $6 secret?
Am I supposed to write it in or what?
No.
Say it.
You tell us. It doesn't have to be something personal to you, but something that
That's the part of her.
something people wouldn't know.
Okay. At some point,
I
I don't
haven't heard our
know.
theme song go this long. I'm sorry.
No, it's like a 3-minute song.
It's Famosi remix.
The song is called Penguin Cap. It's by a French guitarist, I think, named Carbohydrom.
You were correct. That's exactly what he's playing.
Sweet.
But yeah, anyway.
Funny story. Dan can't do the Dan voice.
He cannot.
No.
I tried yesterday.
It was bad.
Do we try to get him a helium balloon? I think that might work.
Except they're like $10,000.
Which?
There's a shortage. Well, not
Helium
a shortage. Kind of.
It's
Alright.
is made of.
What is your $6
Alright.
secret?
Lots of helium.
It may not be on the internet anymore. It
No.
probably isn't.
It's not.
But the secret that there's a small thing that's not a secret, where I'm also, if there's anybody who enjoys remixes on OC Remix by Sapphire, that's actually me. But another thing you probably don't know, because I have tried to kind of keep it quiet, at some point, kind of around a high school area, I had a fully completed rough draft of a novelization for Final Fantasy VII. It was over 800 pages.
Oh my God.
I am not kidding at all.
It's
Nerd.
You will never see it because it is
Awful.
so incredibly terrible.
I have. I have a draft for a Final Fantasy VII television adaptation.
Yeah. You guys were
Let's
made
get
for
in
each
touch
other.
later.
Yeah. There was a whole the Wall Market was a whole episode.
You know
Just
what
like a
there was
lighthearted, goofy episode with.
Oh my God.
I want to
Clouded
see
Drag.
yours, actually.
Yeah.
There
Good
was a
idea.
discussion earlier
bus
of
stop.
a challenge sort of thing where we
Ooh,
read
bus stop.
embarrassing
Yeah.
diary entries from our teenagehood. That sounds like it could count.
Yeah, that's basically, that would have been mine,
Yeah.
for sure.
We should have brought it.
Your nerdiest
Next
moment.
year.
Auction it off. No.
Next
I'm auctioning that off. Holy cow, you guys.
A novelization of Final Fantasy VII. Lily,
My secret?
what's your $6 secret?
So consider how much $6 is worth.
Yeah.
For a secret.
Uh, You said it over here.
See, I have well, it's not really a secret. It's something that a lot of people don't really know.
That's good.
Well, my last name translates to hot iron.
Nice.
Scaldaferi
Hmm.
translates to
Nice.
hot iron.
More like hot lady. Wait, what?
I mean, what were we talking about?
What? No.
Say the out loud part
Sweet.
of your head.
So, hey,
We're hearing two desert bucks.
In case we didn't,
Yay.
make this clear, so this is Lily and Dan, who are half of extra credits. The other half being James and Allison,
Yes.
who obviously couldn't be here. James is, I'm sure,
Busy
Yeah.
with life.
doing that job that he does when he's not writing extra credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Allison is in Texas,
Yeah.
working remotely.
But she'll be back soon.
Yeah. She will be
'Cause
back
she's
soon.
been on a hiatus for a little bit.
She has been on
needed
high.
a break.
Yeah, there was a period where she was in crunch at her job, and then she was just suffering some really horrible burnout, basically, from doing the show and that crunch at the same time. So we've been giving her a nice long break. She's been settling in a new job. She's pretty settled in by now. She's in a new job. We've just been giving her all the time she needs. She should be back quite soon, though. So we're excited.
Dear Dr. Extra Credits, what do you think is the most important topic you've covered on Extra Credits? And what is the most important topic you feel you have yet to speak about?
We've
There's so many important ones that we've already done.
Yeah. I think our harassment one was pretty
Yeah.
important. Mostly, it's the ones that actually kind of got a big reaction or had some impact that I feel like are the most important, useful ones. Like that one.
I think the propaganda
The
games one was
propaganda
probably
Colora's
there.
one.
As well as the addiction in games, I think.
That one as well.
Those
yeah.
were like definitely top tier.
Those definitely got some big reactions and responses. So yeah, I'd say those were some of our best for sure.
And that Call of Juarez one was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, not only is it totally wrong, it's actually the opposite of what's right.
Yeah.
It's great because we were able to make a joke about that in the episode of
That's
Unspeakable.
good.
we
Yeah.
did.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for what we're planning to do, we are planning to do a religion in games one. James is trying to write it now. He's been trying to write it for a long time. It's just hasn't seen any great
Oh my God,
examples he wants to make use of. But he's working on it, and it should be coming out in the next month or so, I would say. So that one should be good. I hope it's good.
Hey Dan, this question wasn't directed as you, or it wasn't directed at you, but I saw the question: who is that girl beside Harry? Maybe you should introduce the.
Oh, back there beside Harry is Carrie, my wife.
Harry
Please don't make the joke.
Sorry,
I've
Harry
heard it.
Carey?
Yes,
Really?
yes, of course.
Really?
All through elementary school. Yeah. And Scary Carrie.
Aw.
But
Also,
You're the furthest
But
thing
you're-
from
laugh
scary.
at
but
you,
you're so
they're gonna laugh
sweet.
at you. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Blood.
If you do want any more banner just
Oh yes. She's Carrie. She's wife.
Is it all gone already?
there's one left.
I've
Three
seen,
songs.
no, there's
And she's
no
kind
more.
of dressed up as like an impromptu Raz from Psychonauts right now, which I really love. Or she was, but
There's one question about the Rocket Hub characters and episodes. We have been putting them in gradually.
Maybe on Tuesday
It's-
and then for Wednesday.
You
Yeah.
might have, I don't know if they're distinct enough for you to recognize who it is, but you'll be receiving JPEGs
Keep up the good
of
work.
Thanks.
your character in email form soon.
yes. And Allison should be finishing the Rocket Hub episode finally this weekend. She's been basically the reason that should have been out like a year ago. Basically, she wanted to do the art for it when she was able to with her shoulder recovery and all that. And then when she did get back, she didn't have any real time to work on it, and then she got into the crunch time burnout sort of thing, so she's not had a lot of time to work on stuff. But she's almost done with it, so we'll be coming out with that really soon, and it's about time. So I'm so sorry that it's been so long waiting. Thank you guys for putting up with us. Again, with that Rocket Hub thing, we had no idea what we were getting into, and then had a ton of prizes that we had to give out, and it's so it's been kind of slow, but we were not prepared.
Yep.
Have you seen any good ones?
I saw a few up, but I don't remember what they were. Ask more questions, chat. Whoa. Okay, we did.
And you
Voice acting
asked.
episode. I see one
Um,
about the voice acting episode.
Voice acting episode is coming, and James just has to finish writing it, but it's closer to being done than it ever has been. So
will you please stop making episodes that cause me to cry? I'm sorry.
it's that last one, wasn't it? The preservation. Probably.
Preservation games, yeah, probably.
We continue making the old YouTube presentations. We kind of are. That's what the show is.
Yeah.
The only other YouTube presentations things I have on my YouTube channel were like some animation reels, and
Alright, sure.
I had like one. There was a voice actor tribute little series that I was thinking of starting up, but then quickly realized, like, in putting out a video full of material, music, and video clips from shows and movies and games and everything else, it was just asking for any company to come in and say no and lock it down. So after the second episode got taken down, I decided, this isn't worth it. So there's nothing else on that channel really. So,
I just saw an interesting one. What?
Sorry, someone mentioned we need to get a $6 secret from Carrie.
Oh,
Ah.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I've been trying to think of one.
keep working on that one.
Right.
there was one I saw up before. It was, what do you think is the most significant step for games as an artistic medium recently,
Recently.
in the recent years? Well, very recently, I think Spec Ops: The Line was a really good step there.
Definitely so.
Because it took what I thought was going to be another Call of Duty and actually made me care about it.
We have some copies to give away.
Ooh.
So you guys should play that.
We
It's
have,
Nice.
really
we have
awesome.
we have 2 copies for PS3 and some 360 ones to give away later.
Mhm.
Sweet.
So I think it's going to be hard to judge the like leaps forward until a bit later on when we see the impact they do or don't have. But yeah, I'd say seeing little things like seeing what Spec Ops was like release was definitely a really encouraging thing. And for better, like regardless of how you feel about it, I felt like the whole thing surrounding the Mass Effect ending was interesting and indicative of something, kind of about just the status of what this medium is and the audience for it and all that. I don't really know what the outcome will lead to or what it'll mean in the long run, but it was definitely an interesting thing looking back.
Just briefly, why don't we have copies of Spec Ops for PC? Because 2K didn't send us any, but they did send us copies of Borderlands 2 for PC, which we also have to give away later.
And, I mean, winter Steam sales coming pretty soon here, and that game is guaranteed to go super cheap.
I don't know if you saw, someone said, "Hey Dan, we live riffed on Call of Juarez at my university in Mexico, and it started out really funny and then got really sad."
Oh no!
Did you record it? I hope you recorded it. Link us to it if you recorded it.
Can I just increase the verisimilitude here just a bit?
By doing what?
Let's bring that
There we go. No, wait, you should do that with James and Allison if you can find images of them, because we're already here. So.
Is the that's a good question. Is your extra credits voice just pitched up, or is it pitched up as a result of being sped up?
It used to be both pitch and speed. Now it is mostly just pitch, like a hair faster, but it's mostly just the pitch now, and not nearly as pitched up as it used to be. If you listen to like one of the earliest things compared to a recent episode, you'll actually notice a pretty big drop in the pitch. So yeah.
Dear Dr. Lely, I can't remember the extra credits episode, but you drew a Thane picture that nearly brought me to tears. How hard did you cry at Mass Effect 3?
When I got to that part of Mass Effect 3, I literally just I was playing Mass Effect all day, and that was like the first time that I just had to put the controller down and walk away and like take a break from Mass Effect 3.
Oh yeah.
After that whole scene with Thane, I was just like...
Are we firing the spoiler moment first?
No, it's not a spoiler because I'm not saying what happens to him. Okay. I'm just saying it's really fucking sad. Bussing
really
sad.
Bussing
sad.
I'm not the only one who's dropped an F-bomb on there.
Hat of shame.
Sorry, that's actually a couple people have a really good question. Why the pitch shift? The story of
there's like a story of like as to why we all right. Well, the story as to why it originated.
Yeah,
is
that's what I mean, like the origin story.
We'll do that.
The origin story.
It originated because like the original videos were just little presentations for research papers that I was doing at SCAD in college for a contemporary art history class, just because I thought it'd be more interesting than just an oral presentation. But it needed to be exactly 10 minutes long, no more, no less, and my recording ran long, and by that time I was really tired, and I just said, screw it, and I sped it up and got because I didn't know how to speed things up without pitch bending them at the time with the software I had, and I got the sped up voice, and I kind of liked it. I liked that it gave the little character his own little voice thing. But and now it's just kind of a thing, and I don't think it could go away now. Yeah, I still do like that it is a different voice than mine, and my voice. I mean, you can hear it now. I don't know if if it'd be preferable. I know some people are irritated by it, and I can fully understand, and that's fine. But yeah. I don't think I could get rid of it now if I wanted to, though.
Dear Dr. Dan, how tired are you of having to explain the pitch voice thing?
That's all right. I don't mind.
Okay, yeah, there was an art question. Many of the guest artists have different styles, but mine and Allison seem to be blended. That was very intentional.
Yes.
Because when I first signed on, we thought about having my own style, and then Allison had hers. But then we figured to keep extra credits kind of cohesive, we'll all just have the same style. So
yeah.
I copied her style very much. Although I'm extremely critical about the stupidest things when I'm making it. I literally will go through, I'm like, the feet aren't like hers. I'm a failure.
Yeah, no, with the guest artists, we let them kind of bring whatever style they want to it within reason. But I felt like since Lila was joining on as another, like, a new official artist of the show, that we would try to keep at least the official look the same. Just because we've had so many guest artists lately that the style's been changing every which way, so we're trying to maintain some comforting sameness for you guys. Let's see any other good ones?
Heart Lily forever. There was one question before that was, Lily, why are you so awesome? And I mean, it's like because I have a shake every morning that's like full of it. So.
Awesome shake.
Awesome shake.
Yeah, awesome shake.
That's how I solve that problem. You guys can get them too. Oh my God, it's going too fast. I can't read it.
How do you feel knowing you'll never be as sexy as Paul? Sad now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think we've all had a lot of years to try to converse with that, right? You know.
Well, see, I'm still like I haven't had as long as some of you have already gone through it.
Yeah.
Right,
Have reached the
true.
acceptance step.
You'll get there.
Dan,
You'll get there.
that's
It
for
just
me.
takes
What
some
is your
time.
favorite
Okay.
remix?
I'm still in denial. The favorite remix. I have way too many favorite remixes, but I'd recommend if you go into OCR, look up Sixto Sounds, Prototype Raptor, SGX. There are a lot of good remixers on OCR. You should. Oh yeah, Big Giant Circles, BGC. He did a remix of the Loading Ready Run theme, actually,
Yes.
if memory serves, which is awesome.
Which you can go
Yeah, you
buy
should get
as
a
an
couple,
MP3,
yeah.
Yes,
and
go do that.
all of the profits will go to Desert Bus.
Yeah, he worked on Mass Effect 2 soundtrack and Black Ops 2 soundtrack as well, if that's any indication as to his quality. So yeah.
And the Puzzles You soundtrack.
And that too,
Soundtrack.
yeah. So
Jeremy uses his soundtracks as study music. He says they're really good because they don't have words to distract him, but they're really high energy.
Yeah,
So
Totally.
anyone who's in school writing papers,
Yeah.
you should check that out.
absolutely.
42,000, guys.
Woo woo!
Yeah, me too.
42!
I saw a question go by in the chat that perhaps might be better directed to James, but it was a really interesting topic. Did you guys ever want to do an episode, but you found you didn't quite have enough to say about it and required further research?
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's mostly James. Yeah, the way that I'm speaking for James, so I'm sorry if I get any of these facts wrong. He sees this later. But he says like the way that he writes episodes, he'll be writing like half of 6 episodes at a time, all at once, and they're basically written whatever he's thinking about at the time. Because he teaches and he has a consulting company for games, so he's constantly talking about different things and like different things are coming up, so he always has different things that he wants to write about, but they have to kind of sit and wait until he's got more information on it. And basically he's forced to write more when Dan is just like, I need to record episodes.
Yeah.
And James is like, alright, I'll get you something soon.
Yeah. The episode on religion and games has actually been one of those
Yeah.
for a long time. He's
Yeah.
He just wants to see like a great example that he can use to form a argument and a discussion around, and he hasn't had one.
May I suggest the original Xenogears?
The original Xenogears, that'd be an interesting one.
Is tons of religious
There is,
imagery.
yeah, like I'll have
It's
to.
not just imagery, but it's all kind of.
That's
Well,
Xenosaga.
oh,
Xenosaga
okay,
like
that's
pulls like
true.
just pulls religious like it's like, hey, I need the name of something.
Yeah, the
Judas.
Xenosaga, the Xenosaga stuff is not as good, but the original Xenogears
That
is
was
a
better.
really, really, really good god metaphor.
Yeah, that one. I'll bring that up to him because I know he's not done writing it. So
There's
Yeah.
a
It's
question
also the greatest game ever made, so.
it's pretty good.
of,
Soundtrack's great too.
are there any topics we would refuse to touch for whatever reasons? I don't really think so.
We haven't gotten into like some people request like the video games and violence thing, but
We kind of
it's we may have touched on it, but it's kind of like one of those things where there is nothing to say because no one actually knows anything. Because the few studies that have been done have all kind of are all questionable in their intent and goals and methods. So I mean, everyone has opinions, but like no one really knows for sure. So we don't really feel like coming in and trying to state anything with authority on that.
I see a question of
Banana
what
bread
is
with blackberry jam is the secret technique.
Whoa.
So he did that.
That's an
what
idea.
is general process of making an extra credits episode. So we can go through that again.
All right. Well, James writes a ton of different things that he's
Thinking
that
about
he's
like we
whatever he's
described.
thinking about or teaching maybe or something that he's having to work on for a project at his with his consulting company. He's probably got 6 or 7 episodes half done at any given time, and then he will, when he realizes that I'm out of episodes to work on, he will go and finish all of them in one feverish evening and email them to me. I will then go and do kind of a revision pass, mostly not really for content, mostly just to make it sound a little bit more casual, to make things a little more clear, make them easier, more clear when read aloud. He and I bounce it back and forth. Then I will record it, put it through the whole pitch shift thing and all that, and then I will send it to one of our artists, usually Lily now.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Then I get it, listen to it, and I also get a script with it, and I go through a few passes. First pass is basically putting in, because I do it in Flash, so I put it in Flash and then go through and do internet images first, because they're the easiest to find and do. And then you have really weird history in your browser after doing internet searches for extra credits. And then I go through that, then I start going through it and gradually putting in different drawings for what I think works best. And I always have like a placeholder down that goes into where I think he needs to stand, because he's really good at hiding parts where I don't know what to draw. So, yeah. And then I pass it back off to him, and he edits it a little bit more, and then basically making sure that I don't have anything wrong imagery wise in there. So
yeah, the old video games and sex episode left me with such a weird Google search history.
I'm sure Carrie appreciates
There's some
that one.
new photos up on the Desert Bus Flickr, including a photo of this very interview.
Yes.
Wow.
Efficiency.
Up to date.
And I saw someone saying before that Jersey Shore was canceled, and that makes me feel awesome, because I didn't know about that until you just told me, chat. So thank you for making my day better.
When we do Checkpoint, it's sort of the same thing. Like I'm doing the graphics for the little sort of shoulder graphics for it, and yeah, you end up with very weird search. We were doing a thing. I had to look up pictures of naked Ron Jeremy the other day. Not cool, because I had to find like the right picture of naked Ron Jeremy.
Because that's right, you have to find the right one.
Yeah, so it's like
that
now I have
what you're wanting to say.
Yeah. We actually did a joke about that where it's like, oh right, it was like we were making fun of all these people that are ending up with offensive or like the word the name of the Prophet Muhammad written in Arabic characters accidentally in video games.
Yeah, as
like,
textures.
They just end up with like textures on in an Arabic scene. They'll have just like some cool texture in the background, and then somebody will be like, that's actually Arabic for the name of the Prophet. You probably shouldn't have that in there.
Yeah.
That's kind of offensive. And they're like, oh, is it? Oh shit, we'll take that down.
And so, we made a joke that's like, if you live by Google Image Search, you will die by Google Image Search, because believe me, we have.
Yeah.
And then the graphic for that was just a shot of the Google Image Search with Safe Search turned off.